What if I told you that Johnny Depp just hinted at a hidden conspiracy, one where he says he was used as a crash test dummy by people far more powerful than anyone expected? It sounds wild, right? But Johnny isn't laughing. And now the internet is scrambling to piece together everything he just revealed and what it actually means. If you've been following the drama around Johnny lately, trust me, you're definitely not the only one. Fans are confused, insiders are whispering, and critics are suddenly paying attention again. Everyone wants to know the same thing: what did Johnny mean, why is he talking about it now, and how does this change everything for his comeback? So today, let's break this down in the simplest way possible. No stress, no complicated theories, just the full story told like a casual chat between friends. And honestly, the deeper you go into this, the more it starts to make sense. Johnny's claim shocked everyone. He said that during some of the darkest years of his life, he felt like certain people were testing what they could get away with. Not just testing him, but testing the audience, the media, and the entire system around celebrity culture. And that's where he used the phrase, crash test dummy. So what does that mean? Think about how Hollywood works. It isn't only about movies or acting. It's a massive business machine. And sometimes, whether we notice it or not, celebrities become examples. When a scandal happens, companies watch closely. They look at how fast public opinion can change. They study how far a narrative can go before people question it. And they track whether a huge star can be replaced if things go wrong. It's almost like a science experiment. Johnny believes that he became one of those tests. That his life, his reputation, and his career became a case study, not just for one company, but for the entire industry. And honestly, a lot of fans agree. Because during the peak of the drama around him, it felt like every new rumor came out faster than the last. Stories were twisted. Private moments were leaked. And his name was used to push headlines over and over. Johnny says many of those stories weren't even about him personally. They were about shaping what people thought about him. That's where the conspiracy angle comes in, not like a secret underground group, but the very real way big companies, studios, and media networks work together when something huge is at stake. It's not fantasy. It's business. And here's something interesting: fans noticed the pattern long before Johnny spoke about it. People online were pointing out how fast the narrative shifted against him. They wondered how so many sources suddenly appeared everywhere at the same time. They saw the same headlines repeated across different outlets within minutes, almost like it was coordinated. Johnny says he sees it clearly now. He understands who was pulling the strings and why they did it. And he even hints that these same people aren't happy about his comeback. They expected him to break. They expected him to disappear. But he didn't. One of the biggest misconceptions is that Johnny's downfall came from one bad moment or one big mistake. But he explains it differently. It wasn't one huge attack, it was thousands of tiny ones. Rumors here, lawsuits there, opportunities being blocked quietly, decisions made behind closed doors, and pressure building year after year. He said it felt like a long test, not a single blow. And now, here comes the part that really surprised fans. A former studio insider once commented that Johnny's situation became an internal experiment for crisis management. That word, experiment, lines up exactly with what Johnny says he experienced. Companies watched his case closely to understand how audiences react when a beloved star is suddenly painted as the villain. Johnny even said something that hit people hard. He explained, "I realized I wasn't a person to them. I was a product. And they were testing how easily that product could be replaced." That one sentence changed the entire conversation online. It's sad. It's honest. And it says a lot about how fame can twist everything. There's also talk about an upcoming long-form interview where Johnny plans to go much deeper. Some insiders claim the interview is already recorded. Others say it's connected to a bigger documentary project. Either way, something major is coming, and it sounds like he's finally ready to name the people who targeted him, explain why they did it, and reveal what he's planning next. When that drops, Hollywood might not be prepared for the fallout. But now the big question lands on you. Do you think Johnny really was used as a crash test dummy by powerful people? Do you think this was a planned test by studios and media? Or do you think it was just a chaotic mix of timing, rumors, and personal challenges? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear them. If you want to explore even more about Johnny's comeback and the truth behind everything he went through, make sure to check out the next video I've linked. It connects perfectly with everything we talked about today. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.